Peace and greetings, family. This is your brother, Him Madudi Tahuti, coming back at you again with more spiritual and financial investment development. It is an honor to be able to serve you, and I look forward to being able to give you the knowledge, wisdom, under, inner, and overstanding as we proceed forward. First, we will touch on the spiritual development, and then we will transition into the financial investment development, and then how the two correlate and how they feed off of one another. Let us go ahead and begin. One of the primary focuses when it comes to spiritual development is going to be the breath. Now, when we think about the breath, some people are not consciously thinking about their breath and actually utilizing the breath to their advantage. As we go out through our everyday lives, we may or may not know that we're not actually breathing correctly or doing the proper breathing techniques and exercises that we would need, and also breathing enhancements in order to be able to enhance our life with the utilization of the breath. I will go into some demonstrations of how that can be able to be done. In addition to those demonstrations, I will go into some explanations. You see, with the breath and with the atoms and the molecules that are around us, these are invisible to the naked human eye. But that does not mean that they do not exist just because we cannot see them. As a matter of fact, that's a quote from Small Soldiers. Just because you don't see something doesn't mean it isn't there. Movie, Small Soldiers. Check it out. Atoms and molecules are all around us. The oxygen is around us. It is here to be able to assist and help us. So when we breathe this in, whenever we do that, we are taking in those atoms and those molecules and the oxygen. But also there are certain ways in which we take it in that can be able to assist and help us on our journey of life. When we take in the breath in certain ways through our nose, this allows for the air that we take into our nose and our nostrils to be able to create heat that can be able to melt away some of the unnecessary bacteria that comes into our systems, especially as we go outside to be able to get fresh air. This is why it is very important to be able to go for walks, be able to get outside exercise, especially walks in the sun, because they assist in being able to recharge and be able to replenish your system, especially if you are a being that may have melanin in your system or quite a bit of melanin. But in a way, actually, pretty much a lot of human beings have some form of melanin in their system, even though it is very small. Some, maybe like myself, you can look at the skin and be able to see that the melanin is there. But irregardless of that, being outdoors and breathing, of course, outdoors, we do it naturally, but intentional breaths assist us. And also when we are indoors, breath, intentions, and exercise can be able to still assist us. So when we breathe in our nose and we have intentional breaths, this also helps to not only cleanse out our nasal passages, but it assists in cleansing out our whole and entire bodies as well. The physical body itself, and then the spiritual body, and then the soulful body. They all are one together to be able to allow the being that is us as a whole and total to be able to maneuver throughout this life on not only this realm, but realms beyond. This is the breath of life. So as we move forward and we transpire, we see that as we utilize the breath in different ways and maneuvers, and we utilize breathing techniques, we notice a change not only in ourselves, but our very atmosphere, even our own vision as well. We notice we may go into a more calmer, more relaxed state, even a more meditative or meditation state, in addition to what some may call a more God state or God-like state, as we utilize and we get the benefits of the breath exercises. Very shortly here, we're going to go ahead and start to do some breath exercises together. And of course, I will be doing the breath exercises with you. So the first breath exercise we're going to do is breathing in through the nose, the nostrils, and then breathing out through our mouths. Also, a side note, when we go to bed at night and we rest and we prepare ourselves for the sleep and slumber, we are breathing in our nose and breathing out our nose, or breathing in our nose and breathing out our mouths. This is the proper way to always breathe, whether awake or asleep. Not in through our mouths. That is not the proper way to breathe, for this can cause dry mouth and unnecessary health conditions, and also bad habits moving forward as we continue to be able to age and continue to be able to engage in this bad habit. I would like to be able to show you a book here. This book is called The Breath Book. This book is written by the Guinness World Record holder, Dr. Malachi Z. York, for writing the most books in history with over 1,000. He is also known as Baba Yanu. That would be a great author to be able to look in through. He assisted a lot of not only melanated people, but people from all over the world, all different realms and walks of life. Excellent author that would be highly recommended to check out. And he has spoke about a lot of the breathing knowledge and techniques that I have gone over so far, and also that I will be going over so far as we proceed forward. So let us begin. As we're going through our breathing techniques, allow the air to be able to fill throughout your system, especially in that chest, and also expanding through that stomach. This is utilizing different parts of your body and organs a different way in order to be able to get that airflow and also more enhancement ways. So as I would do it for you, we're first going to do our breathing exercises with our eyes open, air coming through the nostrils and air coming out the mouth. Let us begin. All right. You may have noticed, not only with myself, but also with yourself, maybe how your position and your posture changed as you were continuing to be able to do that breathing exercise. This exercise, as well as the other exercises that we will be doing in this video and performing in this video, can be able to be utilized throughout your days at any time that you would like, or you prefer, or you see as necessary, or that you want. So you'll also see that you had a little bit more of calmness and relaxation. So now we're going to move forward into another breathing technique, but this time we will have our eyes closed. Let us begin. All right. With this particular breathing technique and exercise, you will notice that you are at a more calmer and relaxed state than you were even when you had your eyes open. With your eyes open, you can still be able to be at that calm and relaxed state. But we had already done that breathing exercise in this amount of time, and then we added the breathing exercise with our eyes closed. If you will notice, maybe your tone will change. Your vocal cords may feel a little different. You may notice my vocal cords and my tone sounds a bit different. These are the effects that these breathing exercises do to you. Sometimes we don't think about how simple it is, the breath. It may be even taken for granted, breathing, just so naturally, our body being like a natural automatic computer, automatically doing things for us, automatically having a system that works for us, that breaks things down without us even having to intellectually or intentionally tell it what to do. It automatically has a system that lets us know to be able to utilize the restroom in that area of our business and life. So utilizing the intention of the breath can be able to do a world of wonders for you. We will do another exercise where this time we'll be breathing in the nose, out the nose, in the nose, out the nose. Breathing through the mouth, breathing in the nose and out of the mouth, and breathing in the nose and out of the nose, you will notice they do different things. I would like to be able to say this, and this will be in further videos. Breathing in the nose and out of the nose is what I like personally, and also what I usually would do in a meditative state when I'm in my meditative sitting, and I would be doing that practice and exercise. But sometimes I also do incorporate breathing in the nose and out of the mouth. Both can be very efficient, but continuous meditation, I've noticed breathing in that nose and out that nose has been very good. But whatever you prefer, what works for you. Let's go ahead and start the exercise of breathing in the nose and out of the nose, and we'll start with our eyes open. All right. You notice as you kept continuing to do the breathing exercises, your breath got a little bit not only more calmer, but quieter, more relaxed and creation. These are some of the benefits and the differences that you are seeing with the different breathing exercises versus bringing it in the mouth, in the nose, and out the mouth, and in the nose, and out of the nose. Let us do this again. However, we will have our eyes closed, and this will conclude our breathing exercise activities today. Take your time as you come back with us. Take your time as you're opening your eyes and coming back into that state of where we're going to talk and open our eyes. And if you haven't already opened them, you will open them. When you're ready, we'll move forward. Now we'll open mine and we'll continue forward. Felt good, didn't it? You may notice too your eyes have a little bit more dim to them, but a natural dim. Things seem like they may have a little bit of a shade view or vision within your eyesight. You'll notice that. Your whole overall being is more calm and relaxed. We only did just a few breath exercises. And we've been taking breaks, and I've been talking, but you've been listening in between the breathing exercises. You can do these breathing exercises any and any time that you want to. In further videos, we will elaborate more on that. This will conclude our breath talk and breath exercises today. I want to be able to make a transition in our video here into the financial investment and development. A very large part of financial investment and development is the mind. The mindset is key in order to be able to be very successful. We will tie in how the breath works with the financial investment development. I would like to be able to first direct a book here. This book is also written by Dr. Malachi Z. York, called The Mind. Assisted in being able to break down what the mind is, how the mind works, and how to be able to utilize the knowledge of the mind to your advantage to be able to make you bigger and better overall. That is a great example and also recommendation as far as what one can be able to do to be able to develop their mind. But in addition to that, let's move forward in being able to describe how the mind and mindset correlates to financial development investment. Whenever you are going about a task, hitting a goal, completing a mission, fulfilling a destiny, especially as it becomes to understanding, understanding, and overstanding investments, and also increasing your finances. You have to be able to adjust and set your mindset in order to be able to achieve those goals and fulfilling those tasks. This is how you will be coming into being successful in investing and also in financial development. Because if you do not have the right mindset going into this avenue and journey and venture, you will have a difficult time being most successful in this avenue. So you have to be able to understand what it is that you are looking to be able to pursue, and also creating a plan of action as far as how you will pursue it. Then you have to be able to have what's called a vision. I don't mean the 2020 vision, for example. If you go to the doctor, the eye doctor, and see that your vision may be 2020, 2025, however it may look, 30, 35, what that vision may be is just an example. That's not the vision I'm referring to. I'm not talking about the sight of the eyes. I'm talking about the sight of the mind. The sight of the mind is going to be key. You need to be able to envision yourself fulfilling that goal that you are setting out to do with that mindset. You see how they correlate? You see how they connect? Are you connecting the dots to see how that will help you to be able to be successful in any and everything that you set out to do? These are the steps that you need in order to be able to be financially developed and also to be able to be very successful with investments. You may ask, why are we starting here and not just jumping into specific knowledge of investing and finances? The reason why is because a lot of people try to just go ahead and dive into the knowledge of investing and finances. The reason why is because a lot of people think they can just start there and skip over steps. It has to be able to go into an order. Otherwise, you will be able to experience what is known as unnecessary failure, setbacks, and challenges. Sometimes failure may happen on the journey. It is a natural part of life. Sometimes setbacks may happen. It is a natural part of life. Sometimes challenges may happen. It is a natural part of life. Sometimes in life, we're not going to be able to experience what we say is, or what we think of, or what is thought of as all good or all bad. There has to be able to be a balance. And also, we must be able to develop ourselves so that anything that we come across or is in our path, we can be able to overcome that and become the victors. And this is how you must go into your financial and your development journey. But it starts with setting your mind in place so that you can be able to place first within the journey that you are taking on. This is the key as far as mindset. Another thing that has to be looked at when it pertains to the mind and you pursuing your financial investments and investment development, you have to be able to understand a large or larger percent is psychological. It's your thoughts. It's your emotions. That is a very big area that a lot of people don't think about. So many people focus on skill, or I have to be able to get it down this way. I need to be able to know what I'm doing, which of course you do, but a lot just ignore the psychological, the mental aspects, and even the spiritual aspects. You have to be able to have that in place in order to be able to be successful, not only short term, but long term as it pertains to financial and investment development. You need to be able to have an understanding and also be okay with outcomes that will happen. You have to be able to build yourself up. So let's say, like, we're building a house, or we're building, let's say how they built the pyramids, using that for example. Building up that strong foundation and keep building on top of it, and now you're solid. Versus if you have a weak foundation, you can be able to crumble. You need to be able to build and continue to develop yourself. This is a continuous journey. We're always working on ourselves. We're always growing. And this assists us in being able to excel, because now we have built up the strength to be able to take on whatever challenge or whatever venture we are looking to be able to be successful at. These are the keys to success. So, when we look at the breath as it pertains to financial and investment development, you see we're tying that in now. Sometimes it's going to naturally just pull, and there's going to be a flow of feelings as it pertains to financial investments. And the breath itself can be able to assist you in that, especially when it deals with money that you have or that you may have worked hard in order to be able to earn. So when you're looking at maybe, let's say, moving money from this account in order to be able to go into this account, so you'll notice sometimes, your emotions may change, your mental state may change. The breath is a reminder to yourself, and also to keep going, and also to keep from being distracted as well. The breath is a key to life. Without breathing, we would long. And so remember to be able to breathe as you're going through your financial journeys, your investment journey, because you will use that to your advantage in a very big way. That breath is key. Whenever you're feeling a certain type of way that may not be to what you think is your benefit, utilize that breath. Whenever you feel like you're feeling a bit stressed as it pertains to what you're seeing as far as how the investment is going, use that breath. Whenever you're looking at a certain scenario as it pertains to an investment opportunity, use the breath. And also remember your mindset. Control and direct how you're thinking, and then have a guardianship over your thoughts as well, because sometimes we can be able to get thoughts that are not in our favor, and we have to be able to utilize our discernment to be able to manage those thoughts, block those thoughts, and also even the positive thoughts that we get. How can we be able to utilize those positive thoughts to our advantage as we are pursuing our financial and investment journey? Also as well, looking at different videos, reading different books, maybe pulling from different aspects of inspiration in order to be able to assist you in developing your mind, and also assist you in developing your aspects of how you will set your mind. See, it's all a matter of choice. It's all a matter of decision. Then it's going to get into a natural state called flow, to where things are going to be so more natural, you don't think about it as much. It doesn't affect you as much. And now you can really be able to be more successful in the avenue of financial investing, because your emotions are not so tied into it. You're not so reactive. You are not so in your head that psychologically it throws you off, and now you're having an issue being able to be successful, at least for that day or for that time, or maybe moving forward in the avenue of financial investment development. And so you want to be able to utilize these keys to your advantage as you move forward into that journey, and you will be able to be successful. And also, it is a process. You're going to go through different things on this journey, but if you keep with it, if you can be able to stick with this, you will be able to be successful. That is going to conclude our video for today. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me and allowing for me to be able to deliver the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, understanding, and overstanding that I could be able to deliver to you. It is my honor and privilege to be able to serve you. I look forward to the next time. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you later. May peace be on to you and love.